Hello, my name is Himchan, and thanks everyone for coming here. Next page. There's a phrase, 첫눈에 반하다 in Korean, which means to fall in love at first sight. And I guess many of you guys have experienced such a thing. In fact, I experienced it as well. And some say this is kind of stupid because we are judging a person by only a small fraction of them. But dare to say this is the fundamental habit of human being. Physiologists have found out that we only need less than 5 seconds to determine our first impression on somebody. For example, the moment you look at this picture, you can see this side is very passionate, and you can guess that she is very charismatic and strict person. So, and the more interesting thing is this first impression that we had is so powerful that over half of the cases it doesn't change throughout the whole relationship. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of our first impression and also talk about how to spend this meaningful 5 seconds of time. Next. So, why is this first impression such a big deal? First, of course, if somebody has a positive first impression, they are more likely to have more intimate relationship with somebody else. So, in brief, this positive first impression will make you insult, but there's more important thing than that. For example, when we were in high school, we had an experience in situation such that we desperately wanted someone to have an interest in you, and I'm not talking about crushes. I'm talking about an interview situation. This first impression also plays a significant role on interviews. Since the interviewer is the same human being as us, they are also likely to be swayed by our first impressions. In fact, many of the interviewers say that the most important part of the interview is the first few seconds of your self-introduction part. So as you can see, this in every social relationship, there is a first impression evaluation process, and so you can even say this first impression is highly effective to our lives. So next slide. So the next question will be, then how can we make a positive first impression? So to give an answer to the question, let's look at this survey on what is your most important factor on determining first impressions. And the third factor was the person's dress and hairstyle, and surprisingly the second factor was the person's appearance. So, unless the first factor was a person's expression. So, imagine that we are meeting someone very important today, and for the first time, in most cases, we very carefully choose our dress, and we double check our hairstyles, and we also do makeup or other things to make our appearance look better, but we rarely consider how our expression will be when we meet someone. So I want to emphasize this point. And so in order to give a positive first impression to someone, it is known that just a confident and calm smile is the most effective. And we have to be aware of just awkward smile or unconfident smile or having just no expressions at all, because that can lead to negative first impressions. So next time when we meet someone new, try to have this natural smile like him for just 5 seconds, and their impressions for you guys will be like this. So, next slide. For the end of my presentation, I want to give my personal opinion on this topic. Researchers say that in order to change our first impression on somebody, we need 200 times more information. So the more and more I studied about this topic, I knew that the first impression is very easily made and it's very hard to change. But as you can see in this picture, a person's impression and their true inner nature can be very, very different. So I think we have to focus on this inner nature of somebody and be aware of swaying by their first appearance. So thank you for listening, and we'll have a 3-minute time for our Q&A.